Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching e-frag TV. My name is Georgi Djurdjev. Today we're continuing with the African qualifiers and starting with the semi-finals. We have two matches scheduled for today. It's Morocco versus Libya and Tunisia versus Southern Barbarians from South Africa. Our analysts for today is Rema and Dusan. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
Are you ready for the semi-finals?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, starting off with Morocco and Libya. The second match will be versus Tunisia and Southern Barbarians. But before that, did you miss yesterday's action? Yeah, Southern Barbarians just walked through this group B. And in group A, we had Morocco and Tunisia. So let's see how it went yesterday. In group B, it was pretty easy for Southern Barbarians.
Yeah, it looks like Barbarians cannot be stopped, at least so far. I mean, they had two matches, 16-1 and 16-2 against Egypt and Libya, so look at that drag from Black Poison. They're just, their play is not something special, they're just running around and getting headshots. Just the firepower is better for Barbarians, and that's it. And we'll see if someone can stop them in the semifinals. Maybe they can take off a map from them. Maybe not.
Knows. Yeah, yesterday they won against Egypt 16-1 and versus Libya 16-2. So 3 rounds. They dropped only 3 rounds in two maps. We've seen Libya winning against Egypt 16-10.
Yeah, I mean, as Waki pointed out, I think that in yesterday's broadcast, I think that South Africa is really maybe 5 levels above the other teams here. Because you can really see their kind of play, like they know what they're doing. They have that team play, even though, they have 3 guys from the same team and 2 guys from another team, but they really played good. Libya as well, I think, eliminating Egypt, a good achievement for them coming into the semifinals. They have a shot to go to the grand finals, but we'll see how they do.
2 days ago, we had Group E and Morocco topping the group, but just barely. It was so close. So we had 3 teams and everyone could have gone through.
Yeah, and we have here today Morocco and Tunisia. Honestly, it could have been Algeria with that close 2 losses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have gone a different route, but we're here today with Morocco and Tunisia battling against those Group B opponents. So it's going to be a fun first matchup, but I'm not really sure about the second against Tunisia against Southern Barbarians. I think that's going to be a one-sided.
Okay, focusing for the beginning on Morocco versus Libya. Let's start with the lineup of Morocco. Who will do the honor?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, Rema, come on. Let's see. Who will play for
for Morocco we had the Jure, Skinny, Yoshi, or now John, Clark J, and RMX. And I think that all of these players, I think that John actually, as we pointed out in a previous matchups, he really stepped up for Morocco. He really played good, and honestly, I think Morocco has a bit of maybe firepower in them, but they need to work on some individual plays as well. Yoshi or John is as well their AWP player. He really showed great Counter-Strike, as I said. I think that as well that Jure or Ura really showed good Counter-Strike for Morocco. He had a good clutch rounds, I think, for winning 1 round. Then if he didn't win that, they would be on eco, and Saturday there would be a reset. So all in all, a great lineup for Morocco. They need, as I said, they need to work a bit on their team play. There were some miscommunications in some of the games, so we'll see how they do.
Who is a player to watch here in Morocco team? You already mentioned John with an AWP, but do you think he's the one who can make the difference?
Yeah, definitely. I think he stepped up in the previous matches. As we said, he's 17 years old. Always when it comes to me, I like to see those young players stepping up and bringing beast performance for their nations.
Yeah. Okay, moving on with Libya.
Yeah.
Let's see who will represent Libya.
We've seen Libya yesterday, and like I assumed from the last year, because they have four players from the last year, they improved a lot, managed to win against Egypt, the team they lost to 16-3 in the last year. So left to right we have Frosty, Meredith, Nonolino, Crocodile, and Mithrandir. Yesterday,
Gandalf,
Gandalf.
of course.
Yesterday we saw Nonolino and Frosty stepping up, especially in that second matchup. In the first one, Nonolino was kind of solo carrying the team, even though he is one of the youngest in the team. Frosty stepped up in that second matchup, that crucial matchup for them. So all in all, a good team. Although I'm not sure how they're gonna. I mean, their play yesterday. I'm not sure against Egypt. I mean, Egypt. Honestly, Libya had some mistakes on their city side, and Egypt also, like that demo replay we had where they won 3v5. That shouldn't happen. That won't. I'm afraid that's not going to happen against Morocco. You know.
Yeah.
So
Morocco will definitely know how to punish them.
yeah, and Libya has also some holes in their CT defense, so we'll see how that goes for them in today's matchup.
Player to watch in
Definitely
Libya.
Nonolino. All right. I mean, Frosty, you could say maybe even he played good, but Nonolino, I mean, being that young guy, being the upper, he's definitely a player to watch.
Okay, Dusan, your thoughts on the lineups and of the duel?
Yeah, both good lineups, and as Woj mentioned, like against yesterday against Egypt, they got away with some situations that they shouldn't have won. They won something. Egypt just dropped some rounds, and I think coming to today's matchup, I think Morocco is going to be more prepared. They're not going to make those mistakes. And I think they need to step up a little bit, Libya.
Okay, so since this is the best of three, let's see the veto and let's see what nations have selected. So it's Morocco versus Libya.
Libya so far in their veto stage really surprised us, banning Dust2 and Cash. So we'll see if they stick with that ballsy bans. Yeah. Although I think I know the first game. First map, but never mind. Okay, Morocco going with the nuke ban, pretty standard. I'm kind of. I think we won't see nuke at all. But there we go, Libya once again with that cash ban. So, I mean, it's possible that they really don't want to play cash. I mean, honestly, banning cash 3 times.
Look at this.
Morocco banning Dust2.
So we'll again finish on Mirage.
Overpass, Cobble, and Mirage.
Okay.
It's going to be Overpass,
Cobble, and Mirage. Let's just see the order, right? I mean, like I said, Libya yesterday against Egypt on that Mirage, they won it 16-10, but there were some questionable setups for them on the CT side, and I see the problem.
Yeah.
I think actually Dust2 is the first map and Terrain is the second, just graphic I think is off.
Okay, so
I think Dust2 is the first map.
Yeah, definitely. This is the graphic for best of one.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. So we just need an info which maps are going to be played.
I think Dust2 is the first map, the Train is the second, and what was the last one?
Cobble.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
We'll see the video once again.
So
Hopefully,
they have 2 picks and then 2 bans. And
I think that's
yeah, Dust2 picked by Morocco.
Okay. And they picked Train, so I like that. Libya once again surprising us with their map packs. Yesterday banning out Cash and Dust2. Of course now they only get 1 ban before the opponent's pick, so they ban Cash, and you see right away Morocco wants to use that and pick that Dust2. So it's going to be Dust2 Morocco, Train for Libya, and then the decider, if we get to it, it's going to be Cobblestone. So quite interesting maps.
And I like the overpass ban out of Morocco, because they saw what Libya was capable of yesterday. Even though they did not take a lot of rounds from Southern Barbarians, but I think that was like one-sided either way. Which map would they choose, they would get stumped either way. So I think them picking that overpass showed yesterday that they know how to play it, just they weren't able against other Barbarians, and maybe maybe Morocco felt a little bit threatened by that and just wanted to ban it.
Okay, the first map, Dust2, standard map, but let's hear your predictions of the whole series and on Dust2.
Rema, you've been silent for a while.
Yeah. Use this opportunity. You know? A lot of people are watching you right now.
Hey, Rema.
I'll go with Morocco winning this one. I think they have a great firepower, and as we said, UAE and Yoshi, now John, they really stepped up for them. So I'll go with 2-0 for Morocco.
2-0. Okay, and on Dust2?
16-10 Morocco.
Great. Switch.
I mean, it's like the two sides of the coin. We had Morocco in the pre-even group, but that doesn't mean that they're better or worse from Libya. Libya in their group, I mean, they got stomped by Barbarians, and they won against Egypt, but it was shaky all the way. So I gotta stick with Morocco. I think that they can take this one, but maybe even 2-0. But I think it's going to be a close one.
Okay.
And for Dust2, I would agree with Rima. Although Libya starting on the T side, they want to dictate the pace on their opponent's pick. Maybe they can take a few more rounds on Dust2, like 16-14, 16-20.
Okay, Dusan?
I'm going to go with the underdogs. I'm going to go with Libya and say 2-1.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this first semifinal is about to start. Dust2, Morocco versus Libya. Let's go live.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, George, for all that desk host work there. We will be going into the first map, obviously, as just mentioned, Morocco versus Libya. And for those wondering, this is, of course, the World Championships 2016 African qualifier. We're into the semi-finals, and I'm joined here by Harold today as we kick straight off into the game. Take it away.
Yeah, so nice big frag comes in there from Mithrandir to open up that A-bomb site, but Yura through the smoke, not going to take any prisoners. Takes down Frosty. And although John is holding the behind, it's only his teammate that's going to be confronting him, so trying not to shoot him would be a good idea. 4 versus 4 now on that A-bomb site. Bomb is down. Non-linear, going to be up close and personal guarding that one, but he is spotted. He's going to be taken down. That's a trade frag over, and gets his second in the round so far. Meredith going down, not an old lady, but a CS player. And it's all into a 1 versus 2. Now, Euro versus the world. Can he find the second kill onto Mithrandir to ace the round? Would be massive. If he can get this one off, he's spotted out Mithrandir. He's going to go for a little tap shot, but he's just going for the defuse now. He doesn't care. You have a flying monkey, and this defuse is coming in. Mithrandir needs to get this shot off, and he will. That's the round in the bag, and Mithrandir doing a hell of a lot of work there to win out the round for his team.
Yeah, very close. Almost seems like he wasn't aware that he was defusing at one point, just sticking in that reload. Waiting way too long, but only just clinching it out. Libya will take it in that 1v1 engagement. Of course, we will see Morocco going for this second round force buy. Very typical on a Dust2, and of course mainly on CT side as well. Scout's going to be bought up on Euro. He's going to be dropped there by Skinny, so he's got a bit of armor to support that for the going those peaks down middle. And we can see Libya's gone for a very light buy, it seems. A couple of SMGs and Tech 9 on Mojito. First kill will come out from the CT, aggression up in tunnels. Clack finding the first one, but no, he doesn't realise, and he's going down again. That's 2 already in the bag, and that's going to take a 3 versus 5 engagement in favour of these CTs, and this is massive right now, as Frosty isn't really equipped for this battle against Armour with this MP7.
Yeah, great work being done in the early round here by Morocco, but they have to hold it up, and that's exactly what John's going to do. Nice opening frag coming in, that's easy to close down that short position. Frosty finally gets the refrag in, but still in 3 versus 2. Morocco in a great spot. Try and do a little bit more damage. Romex gets this frag, could be game over as that is the bomb under the control of the CTs. No kill coming in just yet. Meredith now into support. He's spamming down RMX through that box, but finally closing that distance. Frosty is going to get the kill, leaving it a 2 versus 2. But Yura with the jumping scout. There's Kukli in position, looking for the double kill, but not coming in just yet. But there it is. Yura is having a massive game so far. That's 6 frags on the board already, with only 1 death to his name. And, well, Morocco looking good. Now, one thing to note, Mr. Hugo, is that you really can't look too deep into the odds on this one, because they are, to say the least, skewed.
Yeah, just a little bit. Obviously, it's very hard telling, legitimate odds when you come to mixed teams. As these are what these teams are. They're mixed teams. They're not a full lineup from an actual organisation, from an actual team. They're mixes of 2 to 3 players. So, of course, it is going to be a bit skewed, as you said. And it's always interesting to see how players blend together with each other in TWC, obviously last year as well. And It's going to be fun, to say the least, but yeah, you're definitely right, these odds are skewed, but look at this spray now coming out from Euro and John and RMX, all stepping up as Libya just get completely shut down there on long. Not a death to Morocco's name, and they're going to take a solid 2-1 scoreline, but again, a throwaway round coming out from Libya. They will be going for the full buy now, but they will be slightly lackluster in terms of utility here.
Yeah, not only the fact that they're mixed teams, also the fact that there's only about 400 bettors on these odds, so you really don't get much of a picture because of the very small number of bettors. Thanks to the new lounge rules, of course, most of the countries that you would consider losing a lot of money not going to be able to bet now. That's the UK, the US, yeah, the countries that are unaware of how to control their wealth and like to give it away to people without thinking first. No flame zone, of course. Just
Clearly not.
You're a fan of Watsky?
Watsky?
Yeah.
Am I missing out on something? What's Watsky?
You are now. Anyway, the round's underway. Clackgy opens it up with a nice little boost coming in over in that big position. No spot coming through from Meredith. He's going to go straight down. Interesting fact for you, Meredith is actually a man.
Impressive. Brave name choice there.
Well, the last Meredith, well-known Meredith, there was a man, was Meredith Wilson. You may know him from the song It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. He was the writer. There you go.
The more you know, the more you know. But Libya, 42 seconds left and yet to make any real progression towards a site of their choice. They've already lost one player. That's obviously Meredith, as previously mentioned. In fact, it's going to be making that 2. Frosty does trade it back down over in mid, and now Morocco only have a 1-man advantage. Nice trade, but they will have to hurry up towards the site. 26 seconds left on the clock, and they will be choosing B for destination. But it's only Skinny holding this one down. Sprays down with the AK, but we know that isn't as viable anymore due to the previous update. He will go down very shortly, and No finding that quick headshot. They need to get the bomb down, though. 12 seconds left, and Morocco are trying to deny it already, pushing into the site. Going to have to back off as RMX runs out of ammo, and the bomb will just go down in time.
Yeah, nice bit of play from Libya. Leaving it now in a 3 versus 3. The pop flash comes in. All 3 CTs trying to retake here from the same position. It's going to be through the main area. Straight in, straight out. Shake all about. John's going to get the opening frag. Mithrandir is going to go in with a trade, but left on such little HP, he can be spammed down through this box if John is so dauntless, and he's going to do just that. Not only do we have the last man alive, we know he can clutch, but can he clutch right now when it matters? No, he can't. Yura takes him down, and may I just say, what a game Yura is having. If he keeps this up, God help him. And Libya going to be in a real spot of bother. Give him a bit of the old smoker's cough there.
Apparently I unmuted my mic when I was coughing and muted it when I wasn't coughing.
Yeah, I do that often, except I mute my mic at the right time. I just forget to unmute it. Start talking. God. Yeah. And I swear to you, I'm not lying, not a word of a lie. I say the best things when my mic's muted. Of
course, of course. The Skinny going to be opening things up with a Molotov into B tunnels. No push coming out from Libya just yet. Again, only P250s, a bit of armor on Frosty and No, but by and large, it's looking like another Morocco round. I don't think we can say much is going to come from Libya, to be honest. And the utility is looking pretty good as well. Still plenty of Molotovs left in the game, as well as some nades. And smokes are out, but you don't really need smokes against non-armored players. Just go for those sprays. And slow progress from Libya. They will be backing off the bomb back towards their T-spawn, maybe heading up towards long. They do have players in lower tunnel, so would have the option to split short. So that's if, of course, they're allowed through mid from RMX. He seems to be playing very aggressive here towards the doors, and yeah, deciding what's going to be the best call of action.
Yeah, not too much that can be done this round. If they can find themselves a bomb plant, maybe they'll be happy with that, but it's not looking likely. There is, of course, Europe down in pit, and that's where the bomb's going to be heading to. Wouldn't want to be going up against him in his current form. And that being said, it's a real good read coming in from Morocco. 3 players over towards that bomb site A, even with the man advantage in their favour. So let's see if they're going to be able to convert this one. The push is going to come in now. The question is, do they check Yura? Nope, he's got 2 kills, and that is push shut down. John going to take Frosty, and this round is over before it began. All on not Mithrandir. That's the other one. He's the dead one. All on Meredith. Going to be going up against Skinny, but in hand, no armor to play with. Does get the dink off, but that's about all, or not. Gets the kill, but if he's going to be able to recover this weapon, I'll be surprised. Clackgy takes him down. That's 4-1 on the board for Morocco. Buy is going to be coming out. Hugo, I've got a question for you.
Go for it.
What is your favourite African country?
My favourite African country.
Yep.
Oh, am I going to have to be biased here?
Yes. Out of all of them, in the whole of Africa.
In the whole of Africa, I'm going to go Kenya.
Kenya, they're not in this.
I know.
Afraid.
You said out of the whole of Africa, though, didn't you?
I quite like Dr. Congo.
Right? Are they in this event?
No, they're not.
No, I didn't think so. Didn't recognise them.
Fortunately not.
But an interesting buy, though, if you have a look. Libya's actually gone for the auto sniper on No. He's going to be peeking down middle towards, I think that's RMX again. And also, they've got the AWP on Clack there as well. No one going to be finding a pick just yet. But, as I say, that Frosty on the top of mid just shuts down Clack there. So that's already an advantage for Libya as they really, really need it, being down 3 rounds so far. And the only Dark Knight here could be Euro. He's got a very aggressive position on long, but again, I think that Libya are aware of this, nading into the long doors and not allowing him to push just yet. Still, I really question this auto sniper play. I'm not too sure how beneficial this can be in terms of getting onto a site with that gun, especially with having an AWP as well. So they have 2 rifles, and in a site take, that's probably not going to be the best idea in the world.
Yeah, but definitely a chance here. Crocodile going to be able to take down RMX. We did see Nonolino using it on Mirage yesterday when they won versus Algeria. But this is a different game. Skiddy with a double kill really opens this one up now into a 2 versus 3. But that B-bomb site is notoriously difficult to retake. This is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Euro coming in from behind. He needs to do some work. Nonolino, don't take this peek. It could be fatal for the team. He's going to back off after just a little sneaky peeky. And he's out of dodge. Mithrandi takes down Yura, and John has no choice but to save the AWP in hand. So, yeah, good round there from Libya. They do take it, thanks to the opening frag coming in from Frosty, and just capitalising off the back of that, they do manage to win themselves second round into this. But the thing is, whoever wins this game has to go up against the Southern Barbarians of South Africa. And that is going to be a very difficult match indeed. We've seen them literally explosive so far, and I'm not expecting that to stop anytime soon.
No, definitely not. Of course, this auto sniper is going to be safe and no, so hopefully some wall banging down towards the middle as Morocco try to cross. But really, all it's going to take is an AWP peak to take him out. This gun, while it is great for spamming, may not be the best in terms of damage. It's not going to be a one-hit kill like the AWP, so the aim punch may be beneficial to No. I think in the long term, this is only just going to feed a great gun for the CTs over towards the other side, but we've yet to see. Spamming towards mid, no one has actually managed to get hit. We did get only one player crossing, however, Skinny there, and they've still got a bit of CT control in their hands to Clack. Not on the AWP this time. Bit low on the cash. Going to just be standing there with the M4 instead.
But he's definitely a man that can do the damage. You give him a good position, you give him an opportunity, he'll take it by the balls, and he'll squeeze until those baby makers don't work. It is going to be the ace strike, however, looking to come through short. RMX is the man on the point, and he gets the opening frag. That's massive. Takes down Frosty with the AWP in hand, and that stopped the entire push. With just one kill, Libya are forced back into an early retirement now. Yura going aggressive, finds one, opens it up. That's a trade frag coming in, and RMX to hold the point, just to make sure no aggression can come through and capitalise off the back of the death of Ura. Now in a 4 versus 3. If Clank G finds this kill, and he will, like I say, formidable. Give him the opportunity. That's a 4 versus 2. And once again, Morocco looking strong, ready to reset the economy of Libya. And, well, it's pretty straightforward now. Crocodile is going to be doing some damage with the AWP. Nothing's coming through. And he's going to have to back off if he values his head and his pride. Not just if he values head, everyone values head. But his own head would be nice to keep. He's dead, though. At least his head didn't come off. Nonolino will get one before going down, but that's about all he'll get before he's shot with a gun. Rest in peace, Easy.
The funny thing about that round is No was over towards long, and he spotted the AWP, the barrel of the rifle sticking out towards car, so he could have called that. I assume he did call it to Crocodile, but Crocodile still decided to go for the peak despite No having a Molotov to just force him out of position, and they would have easily been able to take that site because there was only one more player towards Goose. But oh well, I'm not playing, I'm not African, so I wouldn't know. And Libya, they're going to be making their way up long for a change here. They are obviously down quite a few rounds at the moment, and getting their economy reset in the previous one is not going to be helping them at all. Back down to the 1400 loss bonus, and you can see it's not beneficial for them at all. Crocodile is on that Tech 9 with no armor. I can only assume he's dropped something, maybe a rifle, but at this point, Libya are really not looking good. They're going to be forced into probably a double eco after this. So I don't imagine they're going to have a lot of cash.
Don't have to be an economist to work that one out. Oh, nice shot from Meredith. Does take down Clackgy, so that's definitely an opening into this round. But still, with 3 players over towards that A-bomb site, it's certainly not going to be any easy task. Meredith charging through, gets taken down by Ura, but the trade comes in. That's what matters. As Skinny going to be dueling away over on that B-bomb site. He wins his battle, and John follows it up. And, well, despite the opening they got, Crocodile, the last predator to fall, and Libya, well, they opened that one nicely onto Clackgy. And the trade came through onto Ura. It's not going to be enough. Well, that's the end of that. So, if you could choose one African country to be in the TWC 2017 qualifier, which one would it be?
What, out of all the teams that are already in it?
Or, no, the ones that weren't in it.
The ones that weren't in it? Well, I'm biased again, so I've got to go Kenya, haven't I?
Uganda.
Uganda.
I see that. I see that.
Do they have a CS scene?
I think a better question is, do they have CS? To be honest. Probably no. Remember, you can call 0800 00 00 to give £5 a month, so the Ugandans can also play CS. Anyway, that's probably not funny, and is relatively offensive. Anyway, 5 versus 4. Pistols only to play with here for Libya. Not going to have much to do. Zeus is out on Clackgy. Similar to Zeus in Navi, it's going to be pretty useless. RMX taking down Meredith there. And this is a really nice round now. Morocco not showing any signs of weakness. This is going to be 7-2 unless we see Frosty and Crocodile Dundee go absolutely ham, which I think is relatively unlikely. Spray comes through, but no connections.
There we go.
The kills will come through.
As soon as it starts, it's over. In Morocco, they're going to be a 7-2 scoreline. Take into account this is, of course, their map pick, so while some people you tend to feel that they may have some kind of edge over Libya, I really feel with Dust2, such a simple map that everyone knows it's difficult to get such an edge because pretty much everyone knows what you're doing on Dust2. It's not a difficult map to play. It's obviously been around since the dawn of CS, and Morocco, I think, are just trouncing Libya with individual skill and teamwork, of course, not just the map choice. And we will see Libya up on this buy here. Bit of money in their hands. Obviously, they have got a couple of smokes, and that's going to be beneficial in getting them onto a site. And not only onto the site, but holding down a site in the post plants and a few flashes as well to line down Morocco. But again, still no AWP or an auto sniper again on the T side. And Morocco, instead of going to pick that up on RMX here, push it towards short.
Nice little dink came through there from Meredith. He heard the dink sound, and so Ura was a goner. It's going to be the B hit coming through. Clackgy in mid to try and defend on this one, but he should be taken down pretty effectively. No kill coming through. Does a lot of damage, but that's about all. Now on to Skinny. We've seen him do damage on this B-bomb side before, and he's going to do it again. Takes 1 kill. Now needs to look towards tunnels, but not in time. Not only Neo going to take him down in a 2 versus 3 retake, but a split T side. They need to defend themselves, and Frosty going down here is disastrous. Now the retake comes through, and it's not only Neo on his own. Luckily, Meredith gets in position, and that is huge. Meredith with a 2K. Taking down RMX and John, saves that round for Libya, and Morocco going to be stumped to the post there. It is, of course, 7-3, but if Morocco win this round, I think we can quite safely say rest in peace Libya for this half. Unable to string the rounds together. We're not going to be seeing that Alto Sniper back out for Libya. Non-Lenio just going to go with the pistol. Oh, no, he's picking up a gun. That's a wise choice, to say the least. Well, you'd expect that from a Libyan player. Pick up a gun. Yeah, I guess you'd expect that from most players, to be honest.
Europe, yeah, this buy from Europe, the MP7. I don't know. I feel like we should talk about this. I feel like, what the hell is he doing?
I feel like he's having some flair.
I think 1700 could be spent way better. You can get a scout for that money. Scout's pretty decent. MP7, not so much against armor, and it's obviously not a. They're not thinking Libya on eco, of course, but they simply cannot afford more. It really is a pinnacle of African CS right now, and either way, I'm sure he'll somehow make it work to fill in with Caster's Curse, but we will see Libya just getting aggressive up towards B again. Crocodile going through the smoke shot and taking out John. Clack will also be dropped in. Skinny going to be towards the back of the site, but all alone. He does find one onto mid, but won't be following up with any more. A bit of a dink, takes a second as well, and Crocodile is still on the site. His final bullet takes out the head of Crocodile. Completely decapitated, but Frosty is right back with the revenge kill. Skinny will drop, and now it's all going to be down to Euro, but he will have the pincer shutting down Meredith, leaving only Frosty on the site with 30 seconds left. the bomb. His position is given away though, and Yura, he doesn't have to play aggressive. He just has to wait for the plant. This is going to give him the chance to rotate in towards the tunnels here. Frosty going for the fake plant, going to be peeking out. He surely has this information now that Yura has rotated over through tunnels. And I'm pretty sure he's confident on that factor. You can see quite undecided at the moment. Does actually commit to the plant here, and Euro's going to have to come back into this. But he does have a full nade set, Molotov flash and nade, as well as a kit. Any of it just goes for the spray, takes down Frosty. And as you said, if Libya didn't get that round, it'd be all over. And I'm pretty guaranteed it's all over now for Libya. Morocco have got this half in the bag, 8-3 so far. Still a few more rounds to get us consolidation rounds for Libya.
Yeah, honestly, pretty good stuff here from Morocco. The lounge odds at the top you're seeing 95% to 5. They're incorrect. It's actually 70 to 30, but still, you can't take much from that because there are no betters at the moment. It's like a ghost town of money wasting. Anyway, B-bomb site going to be under attack. Actually, it says global response, I can't say that. Skinny going to have to go large again. Gets himself a double kill. Can he get any more before Klakji steals them up? No. Looks like Klakji wants the money in his pocket. The last man. Skinny going to find the triple kill. And Skinny has just been going massive over on this B-bomb site. Been an absolute pillar of awesome. If anyone gets that reference, hit me up. And remember to shoot the captain at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, I can assure you I did not get that reference at all.
What?
I think I'm missing out on something, aren't I?
It must be a PlayStation player.
No, I don't play PlayStation.
Xbox?
No.
Okay, that'll be why. Frosty going to be opening that one up onto Europe. And that's a nice little opening frag. Quick frag comes through. And that's forced a massive rotation over towards that long area to try and retake control. But there's no TE presence. So no fight going to be going on. Klakji with that swag 7. He wants to get some work done. He wants some money in his pocket. All he really wants is money in his pocket. Question is he going to get it? Is he going to get that lucky ticket? Is he going to be Charlie Bucket of the Counter-Strike world? Probably not, but you never know really. Frosty going to spot him out there. A WP. Question of the hour is, and Klakji clack them shots like a G.
To J. But
Yes,
I get your sentiment,
you're right,
yeah. But either way, Crocodile does get shot down in the face. Klakji did clack those Gs and taking them down. RMX will also chime in, but Clack, he's going crazy. 2 kills in the bag. This Mag 7's proven to be a very beneficial investment. Has already the money made back 1,800 from that, and John will also silence Noho. Frosty going to be left alone over towards short. He's been spotted out, so they know exactly where he is. The bomb is down as well, so complete control over that for the CTs, but again, Frosty only has 30 seconds to make something work with this round, and I don't see it happening. 2 players pushing up and get right behind him very aggressively. Clack taking a while to take him down there, but he will finally silence him. And Morocco, they're going to be on double digits, 10-3 in Libya. They're going to have to go for the eco so late in the half as well. Second last round. This is really going to be pretty mind-numbing for Libya right now.
Yeah, there's not too much you can do if you're Liban at this point. 14 rounds down. They are going to pick up the eco for that last round. Have you noticed that these smokes on mid have been really bad?
Yeah, no, I have seen that.
Like,
actually, yeah.
Horrific. Yeah, still working, so I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, that is just wasting 300 quid every round, but you know what? I'm not a judger. I'm more of an assumer. I assume you're doing bad. Not that they are. They're actually 10 rounds up, so not too bad. Why are they mid to being here? They haven't got the bomb. You need to regain control of the bomb before you regain control of a site. Skinny, be able to take one down. So this just fractures the attack. If instead of going mid there, they reorganize, they go and try and retake that bomb, they have such a better chance of winning that round. There's 2 players isolated up in B. They have an opportunity to reclaim some guns. They have the opportunity to get the bomb. Instead, they all rush mid. There's no opportunities there. There's nothing they can get out of that. And that situation really... Again, what is that? Like,
honestly,
someone needs to tweet them or something.
Yeah, no idea. But again, we're seeing the auto sniper back on Noho. Let me peeking towards the middle, of course. Alton Frosty as well on the AWP over towards the B site here. Skinny going to be the only man holding that off for the time being. But look at this aggression. John pushed all the way up towards top mid. He takes down Crocodile. He's actually going to get away with this. Surely they're going to be able to punish him. Clack supports him from lower tunnel, taking down Frosty. And that's the AWP dropped out of the hands of them as well. But Meredith will almost get the angle on that boost spot just to take out John. But he safely backs off, still with this man advantage of 2 players. Morocco going to be 11-3, looking like 12-3 for the half, because right now they are not letting anything slip. The only hope Libya have is this auto sniper goes absolutely massive, and frankly, I just don't see that being possible, especially with Skinny's position over towards B. playing extremely passively, and if they push in, it's going to be a real odd spot there. They're not going to be expecting that at all.
As they check their corners, and well, if they listen to Captain Price, they will. Unlikely that. Did you play Call of Duty?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What did you play that on? The computer?
PC, yeah.
Odd. I'll let you off.
I know.
Let you off. But yeah, Pillar of Autumn was the ship in the first Halo combat evolved. Anyway, the push is coming in skinny, like you said. The power play position takes the double kill, and well, that's round over, really, isn't it? Meredith, 1 versus everything, 1 versus the world. That's a 12-3 scoreline. Morocco going onto that T side, unless they crumble like a biscuit in a cup of tea. This should be Morocco taking the game. A lot comes down to this pistol round, but I still feel like Morocco have this one handy-dandy in the pocket of the king.
I can only agree with you on that one, of course. And this team switch will come out very shortly. And of course, Libya do have a chance for retribution. They do have a chance to get this pistol round. But again, they've got to string together a solid 15 rounds this half to take this round. This map, of course. And for those wondering, there is going to be a second map. This is a best of 3. We do have Train coming up after this one, but each step as it comes.
Yeah, absolutely bleeding. It's John replacing Yoshi today. Although we've seen any Yoshi, but HLTV has Yoshi down.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier, and I was wondering. I was assuming maybe Josh is Yosh, Yoshi, similar. I'm not sure. Maybe not quite his HLTV name on his client. Who knows? But either way, straight off into the pistol, Morocco. They're going to be sending a couple of players out long. Very aggressive. No control here from Libya at all. And they're just going to be able to push all the way up to CT. But look at this triple stack in CT. This could actually be perfect. I'm not sure if this is purpose, but right now it's working out. They're just playing for the retake on the A site. And the first kill will come out in the favour of the Libyan players. Morocco still need to bring this bomb up towards us. Looking like he's a North American organisation called iBuy Power. But Morocco going to be able to get this bomb down on site. RMX planting that safely. And still 3 to play on the terrorist side, but Libya, they have 5 versus 4, and this should be a fairly simple retake, you'd like to think, but it's all going to come down to whether they can hit their shots. No, coming in, he does find one, going for the one on Skinny, but Skinny returns. Mithandra also takes him down too, and that's going to be it. So that takes a double kill, and Libya, they will get that defuse in, so a chance for a comeback here, as limited as it is.
Yeah, it turns out his name wasn't Josh, it was actually John. There's no one called Josh on the server. I'm sure if there was, it could potentially be Yoshi. I'm assuming it's not the UK player Yoshi. He's definitely not from Morocco. I can say that for a fact. Yeah. But I'm not going to assume his national gender. It wasn't just nationality, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Don't assume nationalities, please. That would offend me.
Triggered.
Yeah. Rogered.
Libya is holding straight for the moment. They got a couple of M4s as well as some SMGs. Thomas as well on Crocodile. And this is interesting. On the Morocco side, Skinny decided to go for a Zeus over a PT-50 when he can afford it. Not even both of them. Just a Zeus over a PT-50. This is dangerous. No money reward for that as well. And I mean, pushing it to B is a terrorist with a Zeus. That's very rare, and you can see he's. Oh my God, what? He just finds a headshot with a Glock all the way towards the back flap, takes out Meredith. Frosty does return fire, takes 2, takes a third, pulls out the USP. The ammo's low, and RMX is going to back off with his PT-50 here. He's got a lot to save clearly, and meanwhile, Clack will be doing damage over towards A. This is a completely insane round from Morocco. They do take out 3 of the players so far, and of course, it's not over yet. Clack manages to cross towards the site, but I think he was spotted out there by Frosty, and he's going to be going for the bomb plant now, but RMX needs to join him fast because this defuse can come in before the rotation happens from the terrorists. And oh my God, what is happening? Clack, he takes down Frosty. It's all on NoHo.
Yeah. no, Lolinio is going to have to try and clutch this. P9 spotted. He's been fragged. And you see, the thing is with this round, that was a bomb plant strat from Morocco. Pure and simple. Not the song by, what's the bloody name? Dolly Parton. Instead, the strategy. All they wanted out of that round was a bomb plant, but the problem was when that player pushed through long doors, didn't spot the bomb carrier. They only got fragged, so they didn't know where the bomb was. And that allowed the bomb to get planted, and once the bomb was planted, that opened up a world of opportunities over on that A bomb site. And I mean, like I say, you give Clackgy an inch, he'll take a mile. Frosty, FAMAS in hand, trying to get some work done here, but still got to work out. Ura takes him down and out for the count. And it's just pistols and armor to defend. 14 rounds could be on the board here, and if they lose this, they're going to be in dire straits. Not the band makes classical rock.
The B
Romeo
side.
and yeah,
Thank you.
don't know if you heard that one.
I think I did, but I'm not a huge
I
fan.
could sing it to you if you like.
No, I'm completely fine. Thank you. The B side's under control from Morocco here. Again, not too much coming out from Libya. They've only got these pistols to work with a bit of armor as well. No, he will be grabbing one. Going for the second with the FAMAS, but the knife almost comes through. This is a new Forest moment now, but it's not going to be happening. He does manage to get away with the M4 though instead to save, and Morocco, they're going to be ever so close to that match point. 14 rounds in the bag now after this one, and this is just going to be heartbreaking for Libya. We are only on the first map of this best of 3, of course, but right now I'm going in with the assumption that this is just going to be straight 2-0 from Morocco, because Libya, they seem like they have nothing to show. No, dangerous territory right here. Spots out John. Going to be able to get away with a save. 14-4.
Pretty devastating scoreline. And there's no money to play with here for Libya. They're going to have to go into a pretty weak bye once again. And it's going to be a FAMAS passed over to Frosty. Saka. No. But apart from that, there's nothing here. The orb of John will open up. That's not Josh, but there it is, dear. Beagle shot comes through, making a double kill. Actually, this is looking pretty good now. Well, this has gone from bad to not so bad. Still 3 versus 5. And, well, Libya definitely with an opportunity here to try and get some work done. Problem is, if RMX falls off that position, those guns will be recovered. And we'll go on. That's 2 players fully bought up. Fortunately for Libya, they've just lost the B bomb site. Luckily, there is a bit of Frosty. Do some damage over on that bomb site, but RMX going down. That's the bomb carrier drop head. Frosty will fall. You're with the kill onto No, leaving it a 2 versus 2. But the remaining 2 players are armed to the brim. They're going to be able to do a little bit of damage in this. Question is, do you save or do you go? Push is coming in. They are going for this one. Nades will rain. Very, very low on health points.
Oh, no, that's going to completely block it out, though. Team Molly comes up from Crocodile. That's going to be all she wrote. No way they have time to come back into this one, surely. They're still committing to it, despite, 2 players being inside on B. This is a very difficult site to retake. You can see it's not going too well for them. Euro and Skinny will both shut things down in Morocco. They're going to take a 15-4 scoreline. They're on match point. My hopes and dreams of Libya getting 11 rounds in a row are very low. But regardless, they will be on this force buy once again, obviously buying up in the previous round. And not being able to save those rifles is not going to be beneficial at all. They should have just completely given up once they, of course, lost the chance to get in through window. And look at this, Klatz is going full ham. He's pushed down mid with a Mac 10. He's actually going to get taken down. Crocodile doing some damage over towards long as well. The bomb does get dropped. And right now, Libya making ends meet with basically no utility here. And somehow, in just a few seconds, Morocco, they overextend, they get too aggressive, and it just doesn't work out for them. Libya will finish them off.
Yeah, and with the economy so weak, Libya definitely give themselves an opportunity here. Take themselves a 5th round. But here is the thing. Maybe a psychological block, maybe something going wrong over in the Libyan camp. They haven't taken a single consecutive round so far this game. Is this the moment? They are up against a pretty weak bye. There's an opportunity. And where there is opportunity, there is light. Where there is light, there is probably no shadows, because, of course, shadow is the absence of light. Anyway, it's going to be the B bomb site under attack. Flashbang goes through. Meredith untouched by the flash, but still unable to get the kill. Frosty hiding in the bomb site, gets himself one, gets a tag through, but no kills are coming in. Wow, what was that? He gets the kill somehow. But my lord, it was messy. Finally, Crocodile arrives on the point to do some damage, takes John out through the top of a box, and Mithrandir now, Mag 7 in hand, collecting the money like a taxman, like Judas and his silver. He's going to hang Jesus Skinny up on that cross, and he's going to say 6 pieces of silver for me, please. Anyway, back onto pistols now, and, well, Morocco going to go for the eco hit. They have lots and lots of rounds to play with. They have 9 match points on the board. And I don't think they are too concerned as to how this is going to play out.
I'm pretty confident they'll have this one in the bag. Maybe just Nico, go for the buy, and then just shut down Libya. No need to play any BM style. Just get this over and done with. Make it short and painless as possibly can be. And Libya,
Short and painless. That's what my girlfriend calls my downstairs.
Or just short. Just remove the painless. Don't cry, Harold. It'll be okay. But it seems like Morocco are going to be going for this short boost here. Well, I'm not sure why they're boosting, but they were boosting. Up on towards his Xbox, obviously, and going to be taking the bomb as well. Four players up there at the moment, but no, don't worry, take that all back. They're backing off down towards mid. Why the hell not? They've really got nothing to lose here. Basically, no investment. The smoke goes out on the mid to B, and they all just push straight up. There's a player over towards the doors there, but he's not going to be able to find too many engagements as Morocco storm their way into the site. Libya just holding things down, but not very well. RMX takes the first. Meredith does secure one, but Skinny's going to be right back on with a CZ75. They grab the rifles as well, so it's an AWP and an AK, and I feel like somehow Morocco could actually win this. Libya, they have basically nothing in terms of utility, and obviously 2 players left. Make that one. Crocodile's just alone. He takes down one, but what? Just out of absolutely nowhere, Morocco, they take the round and take the first map. 16-6 there. What an absolutely great performance from the wall.
Yeah, I believe a rest in peace Easy is in order there. It is, of course, going to be Libya. 1 map down, and Morocco feeling like happy boys.
Definitely seems it. But of course, guys, we will be going into the second map, which is going to be the train picked from Libya very shortly. Before that, we will just head back to the analyst desk to see what they think about that. Take it away, George.